The Gamasutra job board is the most diverse, active and established board of its kind for the video game industry. Here is just one of the many positions being advertised right now. Location: Durham, North Carolina. The surroundings are conditions in which a person, animal, or plant lives or operates. That's the definition of an environment, and it's what we are looking for our next exceptional artist to help us create. Insomniac Games is looking for an environment artist responsible for creating game worlds by modeling sculpting assets from high-res to in-game, authoring textures and materials, and in editor-level composition and layout. Essential duties and responsibilities include the following: application and experience. Other skills: excellent foundation skills, including composition, design, and color theory, strong traditional painting skills, ability to create models and shaders for a range of art directions, from photorealistic to stylized, ability to meet deadlines under tight schedules, willingness to receive direction and work closely with the team, is passionate about games and understands the goals of level design. If this sounds like the role for you, please use the link below to submit your application. Thanks. Interested? Apply now. Whether you are just starting out, looking for something new, or just seeing what's out there, the Gamasutra job board is the place where game developers move ahead in their careers. Gamasutra's job board is the most diverse, most active, and most established board of its kind in the video game industry, serving companies of all sizes, from indie to AAA. Looking for a new job? Get started here. Are you a recruiter looking for talent? Post jobs here. Unity has announced its first annual Unity for Humanity contest, an initiative with a focus on aims that inspire meaningful change. One developer will be awarded $25,000 in funding to help bring their project to fruition. This is a great opportunity for developers who feel as though their work could make an impact on others, and receive the added benefit of funding and mentorship as well. As explained in a blog post, eligible projects are those that are currently in development, but not yet completed. Projects must also demonstrate plans for distribution and be willing to submit a business-to-consumer style event. In addition, a prototype or video demoing the project must be provided, along with a detailed pitch or treatment outlining the project details. It's worth noting that submitted projects must utilize Unity as the only 3D game engine software used during production. Interested developers can head here for the full list of contest terms and conditions. If they choose to submit their work, Video Game Deep's weekly newsletter from video game industry watcher Simon Carlos, DD, Gamasutra Code Runner, rounding up the best long-read standout articles videos about games every weekend. This week's highlights include another gigantic chunk of end-of-year charts, discourses, thoughts and ruminations. And while we are at it, I'm not really big on editorializing in this newsletter, but just wanted to say, please take some time for you and your loved ones at year's end. Before 2019 gets incredibly busy clouds your vision. Until next time, Simon, Curator, MOLADINDUST Arias highlights from 2018. Paulo Patercini MOLADINDUST Arias article. These indeed apocalyptic times are giving a sad embarrassment of releases, but the most popular development strategy seems to be work within established genres. Put a lot of effort into visual polish, probably a result of increasing visual social media, and often just make games punishingly hard, which I guess use are play hours in face of limited resources. Simon, as note, continuing his provocateur shenanigans. But Pablo's yearly picks are nonetheless reliably some of the most interesting. Athletes do not own their tattoos. That's a problem for video game developers. Jason M. Bailey, New York Times article. When LeBron James bounds down a basketball court, he is both a transcendent athlete and a prominent palette for dozens of tattoos. His mother's name, Gloria, rests on a crown on his right shoulder, and his forearms bear a portrait of his son LeBron James, and 330, an area code for his hometown, Akron, Ohio. Although those tattoos have personal connections, they may not truly be his. Greg Kosovin's Top 10 Games of 2018. Greg Kasovin Giant Bomb article. I made time for plenty of other games, which has always kept me entertained, grounded, and inspired in 2018. Through all its ups and downs, there's a lot of stuff I am only just getting to, so I am going to divide my list into two halves: games I play too little, and not enough, and games I sank my teeth into enough to put them in a real top 10. Simon, as note, absolutely just the tip of the iceberg on Giant Bomb. Please read love the stat guess the top 10s if you have a few. Others including folks like Subset Games, Fever Entertaining Jeff Gerstmann, and Night in the Woods, Scott Benson. Interview, Eric Chang, XL Arcadia CEO. We aim to be the next Neo Geo Stack Shmup. MO article. After Spain and numerous public appearances in Japan, XL Arcadia visited France during Stunfest 2018. Shmup. MO took this opportunity to interview the president of this new company, Eric Chan, in order to learn more about this ambitious new arcade hardware. Simon, as note, this is a very interesting new cartridge-based arcade game effort. Picking it will be so expensive for home collectors, but it's a super neat idea. Netflix takes interactive storytelling to the next level with Black Mirror, Bandersnatch. Janko wrote this Variety article back in early 2017. Netflix approached Black Mirror creators Charlie Brooker and Annabelle Jones with an unusual idea. The streaming service had been experimenting with interactive kids content, giving young viewers the ability to choose their own path through a story with a series multiple choice questions that could be easily answered with the help of a TV remote. Simon, just note, this wired PC has smart detail behind the scenes. Tour. The 10 best video game soundtracks of 2018. Taylor Bodmin, Louis Forden, Scott Wilson. Fact article. It was also another fantastic year for video game soundtracks. Fact has picked 10 of the year's best, from the grimy, industrial synth backdrop to experimental first-person horror title Protropic, to the blissed auto accompaniment, a retro PLATF Aramia CELEST and the big-budget Old West songs of Red Dead Redemption 2, the history of the strategy game. Fraser Brown PC Gamer article. The history of computer strategy games begins on tables and boards, crammed inside cupboards alongside that knackered old box of Risk that every home seems to possess. The moment strategy made the leap to consoles and computers, it was already familiar. The year in relaxing and stressful games. Put on audio. E.T. Jackson article video. With the year winding down, I thought it'd be great to look at 3 games you can chill with us. The impending apocalypse, New Year's rolls in. If you do like to prepare for the end times with some hectic games that get your heart rate up, it was nice enough to give me her favorite stressful games of the year. Simon, as note, rest of Kautoke's year in review is here, including different stuff like this year in video game sex, Esports players are burning out in their 20s. Asia's Encore's article. Some of the world's top esports players work as many as 80 hours a week, with much of the time spent on marathon video game sessions that end up taking physical and mental tolls. According to a new documentary by Epson Originals, this practice, known as the grind, is causing many professional gamers to retire by their mid-20s. Gamasutra's Best of 2018, the top 10 game developers of the year, stacked Gamasutra article. The way game developers are telling stories, serving their audiences, and helping their employees stay happy.